Hello to you all. I want to show you how we're going to get through this course. I hope you have logged into Blackboard and that you found this video under Welcome Videos. Your screen should look something like this. Obviously, I have options that you don't, so you're not going to see student preview on, anything like that. Okay? So after you watch the videos, everything like that, you can look over here and you will see the course calendar, which I'm going to try to bring up over here. And this is a tentative schedule. This is what I hope to get done. And by the way, this may not apply to your class in particular. This is a general how I set up my Blackboard, how we're going to run a class video. So what you're seeing right now may not be yours. If you look, I have what I expect that you will probably do each day. In parentheses, I have when those things are due. The census date, that is the date I have to make an official report to the state about who is actually in my class. If you haven't been attending, you may be dropped on that date, okay? And what I've done is every time you have an exam due, I've shaded that square so maybe it stands out a little bit, okay? You'll find the syllabus right here, okay? And that's the official syllabus. This is actually going to be much more useful for you than this syllabus, okay? So after I do this, you're going to click on login information for MyMathLab. Almost everything we do in this class is going to be under MathLab. You're going to have possibly some assignments down here depending on your course, but most of the time it's going to be in MyMathLab. So you're going to have to get an account and go into that. Now again, what I'm about to show you may not be yours precisely. Once you click on here, you'll see something like this. It will be your instructions on exactly what to do on how to get there. And you'll have some sort of code right here, and it will be specific to your course, okay? And then once you do that, it's going to bring you to the MyMathLab. Well, I'm ahead of myself here. So you're going to need to write down all this information. And then you're going to want to click on Course Content. And you will click up here on the MyLab and Mastering Course Home, and it will bring you to the page. You're going to have to create an account if you've never used a Pearson product before. Some of you have, and if you have, you'll just use your regular login information. And you'll pick the correct course for yourself. Because you'll have a couple of options. You'll just click on the right course. It should be fairly clear. But this is where we're going to do most of our homework. I'll show you exactly what that looks like later, but this is how you're going to get started. A couple more things in Blackboard. If you click over here on Files, you will see that you have blank notes for lectures, filled out section notes, and a high contrast filled out lecture notes. Okay, these blank notes look something like this. And this is what I fill out in all of my lecture videos. So if you want to print these out and follow along with me, that's great. That's what I did it for. But this is exactly what I'll be covering. Now, I've also provided for you another PDF. Well, most of them are Word documents, to be precise. This is a PDF, but you're going to have the same thing that was over here previously. It's just I've worked out every single problem. I've put in some notes. Things are color-coded, and a lot of them are much more involved in this particular section. And I've also provided the same sort of document for you, but everything is black. If you need a more high contrast document, this is where you would go. Okay? Now, if you click on the videos over here, it will send you to my lecture videos. Okay? Let's see, do I have that up? Yeah. If you click on Chapter 2, it will bring you to my Chapter 2 playlist in YouTube. Okay, so this is a good place. If you want to click on the videos and you need to review a particular section or a chapter or whatever, this is a quick way to get there. I'll come back to this. All right. So we talked about clicking on MyLab, and then it will bring you to MyMathLab. Now this is basically what you're going to see after you have logged in. You've created your account and you come in. Most of the time, well, of course, I have some options here that you won't. You don't get access to everybody's grades, and you don't get to create your own assignments. Most of the time, you're going to come over here to Assignments, and hopefully it loads. And you'll pick a section to work on, whatever one you want. So your due dates are all over here. And notice they're all due at 11:59 p.m. It will shut you off at that point. You are allowed to do homework after the due date, but you will have 20% taken off of every problem you work after the due date. It is still very worthwhile to work everything because you can always improve your grade. But you may want to stay on top of it because on every single one of these problems you can get up to 100. Now I'm going to click on one of these right now. Okay, what you'll notice is that right here you have set of sign rules. Okay, this is where you're going to have to click on these and watch the videos before it will open up everything else. Okay, you really I don't have to watch all the videos. Okay, but let me go back to an assignment where, you know what, I'm going to go back to this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a random question, and I want to show you how this works. Hopefully I picked a decent one. Okay, good. So here's the assigned media. It will bring you back to the video if you get stuck on this. You have question help. You have view an example, the textbook, help me solve this. Help me solve this is the most dangerous one. It will step you through step by step by step, talk you through this exact problem, and you get the answer at the end. However, once you do that, it's going to change all the numbers on you and make you work it on your own. If you start depending on this, you're going to have trouble on tests. View an example is similar. It's going to bring up a problem like this, but with different numbers. And so you can follow along with that. Okay? Now what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to get it wrong, hopefully. Oh man, I got it right? Are you kidding me? Okay, so I'm going to the next problem. And I'm going to pick a number here, or letters. I know that's wrong. Okay, so I check my answer, and it's going to tell me I'm wrong, and it's going to give me a hint. The hints are getting much better as they go along, but it is possible that you made a mistake that this doesn't cover. So don't stress about this if it doesn't seem to apply to you. I get another chance. I was like, oh, okay. It's supposed to have an 8 there. So I check my answer again, and I'm still wrong. And then I try one more time. See, it says final check now. Most problems, you're going to have 3 tries to get it right. Okay? And then it will tell me I'm wrong. It'll give me the correct answer. It will send me to Skill Builder, which is a way to, saying, okay, well, maybe you need to review some of these topics before you go on. I'm going to close it down and see it counts it wrong. It gives me the correct answer, and if I click up here on the little triangle up there, it gives me my answer. Okay? But notice down here, I can hit similar question, and it changes the numbers on me, and I get 3 more tries. If I get it right now, there will be no evidence whatsoever that I ever got the problem wrong. So what this means is you can work these problems over and over and over again until you get them right. There is no reason why you could not make a 100 on every assignment. And even if you work everything late, you can have every assignment up to an 80. Your homework is going to be 30% of your final grade. That is a huge, huge amount. Okay? So, and this is exactly what you want to do. Okay? Your gradebook is over here. I strongly suggest that you always look here for your actual grade. Don't look in Blackboard. Your grades here will move over to Blackboard, but it's not immediate. Your grades in MyMathLab are always going to be the most accurate. If you want to click up here, it will show you the overall calculation. It will tell you how much you've got from homework and quizzes and tests and so on. Okay? Right here, you want to pay attention when you're just looking at your grades here, because it only shows you the past 2 weeks unless you do a drop down. And you have the option of showing only the homework, only the tests, only the finals, something like that. Okay? Now, also in here, you will find several things. You have your e-text right here, which is a great place to look. You have the video workbook. What this is a bunch of, I don't think I want to open it up completely right now, but it is entire workbook from chapter 1 to chapter wherever this book ends with problems in there. And you also have the answers in there. Now, this is not going to be assigned work, but if you find yourself needing extra practice, this is a great place to look. If you look under student success, you'll find things like time management information. So this is a great way if you just want to improve as a student. Okay. Here you have blank notes for lecture, which are the things I showed you in the other in Blackboard. I suggest that you use the ones in Blackboard, not the ones here. These are not formatted as nicely as the ones in Blackboard. But they are here, and I will probably be updating these as we go along. And then also, I have class notes here, and it's similar to the typed out stuff, but I scanned these from when I was teaching a class, and I scanned every sheet of paper I wrote on for one particular class. And I hope this loads quickly, but this all is handwritten. Come on. This is just like I'm in a classroom trying to teach all of you in person. Well, I look forward to working with you this semester. And maybe it will work. Okay, also look over here. You have final exam reviews over here. You have test taking tips for the final exam. There's an old exam where there's some material on this final review that's been actually removed from the course. But I've worked them out and you can see everything. You have them worked out by me. You have test taking tips. All of that is really good information. And maybe I'm getting there soon. At this point, I would be asking you if you had any questions while we're waiting. Okay, yeah, here we go. So this is basically what I'd be filling out on the other sheets. It's just handwritten. And also, if a student asks questions from homework in the class, I would, I scanned in those questions where they asked for me to work stuff in class. So you'll see those as well. Oh, yeah, see homework questions right here. One more thing I should show you on Blackboard is that you will have a discussion board. And here's where you can ask me for questions from homework. Okay? I don't understand why I have so many posts here when the class hasn't started yet, but I'm going to figure that out. But here's where you can ask me questions from homework. If you tell me what section number it is, what number it is, I'll create a video and I'll upload it into YouTube. You will also have a link to that. Every single homework problem I work, I'm just uploading it to this one playlist. So you might want to look there to see if your question has been answered already before you post here. I think that's all. I look forward to working with you.